Well, the Bible says, it talks about Jonathan and how influential he was in teaching David how to be king. You know, when you think about the fact that David came there as a poor shepherd boy, and Jonathan was really in line to become the king of Israel. I would think he would think that would be possible since he was the son of Saul. And in 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 4, 19, 1 through 7, 1 Samuel 20, and 23, 16 through 18, it talks about David and Jonathan's relationship. And I'm pretty excited to say to you that I think Jonathan helped make David king. He taught him. Now, when I could see David saying, now when you sit at meat with the king, you do this, as your friend, when you are around people, you do this, I could see him teaching him how to be with the royal family. And in 1 Samuel 23:16, and Jonathan, Saul's son, arose and went to David into the wood and strengthened his hand in God. We see here a good friend that was influential and helped David be what he needed to be. And when I heard this, I thought of three people in my life that God used in my early years, as well as he's still using now in my life. And those three friends are Carol Tudor, Chris Grafton, and Jane Grafton. Now, let me explain how they were influential in my life. Jane Grafton was my first dorm soup when I went to Bible college, and I remember the great truths that she taught up there, but not only the truths that she taught, but her life taught such great things to me as I saw her dealing with the girls. She was always kind and understanding, would ask them questions rather than make statements to them. I noticed a lot during that very first year. Carol Tudor, later on, even though she was assistant dean of women and was influential in my life, I got to know her more several years into my college years because I worked for her. And she would often teach me things and give me challenges of how to make myself a better person. She was pretty bold, and I needed somebody to be bold. I like plain talk, and she gave me plain talk. And I remember one time she told me, Loretta, if you want to be influential, you got to stop wearing holy hose. I'd wear hose with runs in the back. I thought since they're in the back, people will think I didn't know they were there. That's stupid. But I didn't have money, and so I thought it would be okay. But she was, that's the kind of thing she was bold enough to tell me. Then Chris Grafton, although we weren't close during those early years, in the later years, I got to know her a lot better, and she taught me great things about dealing with people, and the way she worked with people, and how she's dealt with her family. And these three friends have influenced my life. And I look now, and the fact that I am in charge of the Christian Womanhood magazine, and any one of those three friends would have been a great editor of the magazine. But they helped prepare me to be what I am today. I have ladies meetings that I speak in, 10 ladies meetings at least every year that I go to, and I don't know how many they go to, but they taught me how to be able to speak at ladies meetings, and now I'm going out and doing it. So I look at them as my Jonathan. And let me tell you something, ladies, maybe you're going to be a Jonathan to somebody, and you're going to help influence that person's life so that they can go on and do more for God than you've done. But you know what? I promise you, because if you're working with somebody that's a spiritual person, they're going to look back and realize I am who I am today because of the influences in my life. And I'd like to just take a minute today to thank my Jonathans, Carol Tudor, Chris Grafton, and Jane Grafton, for the influence they've had on my life, how they've helped me become what I am today. And I realized that they could be doing what I'm doing, but God chose to use me. But I thank God that He chose to use them to help me be what I'm supposed to be. Go out and be a Jonathan for somebody like those three were to me. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.